Always do music. You guys know that. Just give time for people to sign in if they haven't already, and to give me time to post it on Twitter. So, yeah. Thank you once again for tuning in, everyone that's live. And just let you know, I have a new unboxing video to put up. So I decided, well, I got the package in yesterday. I just didn't have any effort to do a show yesterday because I was exhausted and I just didn't feel like it. So that's why I'm doing it now. You're probably asking what's in the box. So let's go open it up and have a look. I know what's in it because I ordered it. I've already cut the tape just to make sure it was the same item because, to be too loud in your mic. I don't understand it. I've turned it down and it still gets louder than my microphone. Let me see what I can do here. How's that volume? A lot better for my mic? Ooh, Braces? Okay. So yeah, I kind of ripped the tape open because I want to make sure it was the right product. So yeah, just want to make sure about that. So yeah, let's get the other box side of the box open. All right. So I bought this off of Amazon for reasons that is coming in the new video. So Salton VF Pro filament. I'm going to use this for filament drying. Food dehydrator. Food dehydrators are great for drying out filament. Now there is a filament dryer out there. It's made by another company, but basically it's the guts of a food dehydrator with a cup on it that allows you to stack up 2 rolls of filament. Well, what we've done is we found my friend who told me I should get one because of my filament being so wet, my orange stuff. My orange PLA is just soaking wet. Don't know why, but it is. But that's besides the point here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the orange in here and dehydrate it and see if I can get all the water out of it because it seems to have absorbed a lot of water over the last couple of days for no apparent reason. It's just wet. Pissing and popping and doing all types of stuff. And so I'm going to dry it out, see what happens, and then print with it again because I could show you some orange stuff right now, but I've already broken it apart because I just pick it and it's just like, whoosh. It's all, like you look at it and it looks like it didn't form at all, and it just becomes stringy and everything, and it just breaks apart too easily. So I know that moisture's gotten into the PLA. Granted, usually people throw it out. But I've heard that people have used filament dryers and have had luck with it. Just PLA for now. I don't have any PTEG that needs to be dried out as of yet. If I have PTEG, trust me, I'm going to dry that out too. There is a guide that actually I'm going to apply to websites, everything else once I get this all done. But let's continue opening this baby up, shall we? So cardboard insert to hold it into place. There's the machine right there. Let's pull it out. And yes, I'll really be unboxing this when I put out the full video. So I was hoping to see more people come on because, well, I thought people might have some free time today. I guess not. Or when people see this, they're going to go, oh, this is stupid food dehydrator. What stupidness. This has nothing to do with 3D printing. Has everything to do with 3D printing. Oh. All right. Well, maybe I won't do this now because I got to take this plastic wrap off. So. Okay, I can't untie this. Oh, it is the perfect size, actually. Now, if you do have an Aldi nearby your house, like since you guys live in the States, most of you, Aldi had a sale going on these for like $20. I don't know if they still have that deal, but it's basically the same machine as mine. Just say I have a low, medium, and high setting, rather than, you know, multi-temperature setting. Let's get that out of the way. So there's my book. It tells me even how to make turkey jerky. So I might make some turkey jerky and bring it to Earth. Yes, there's now talk about me going to Earth now. I'm telling you, Earth has been that thing. It's like, oh, I can't afford it. No, I can't afford it. No, everyone can afford it. It's like, oh, okay, so I guess we're all going now. So it's one of those things. So if you wanted to be the more interesting way you could do this, so this is the lid. So it's pretty well sealed up, nice and tight on top of it. The trays look like this. So there it is right together. On top, you have this white cover, which you can use as a cover for this. Now, here's something I did not notice, which might change the idea of using a caker. Is that, oh, that can come up too. Okay, that's good. Each of these uses a plastic frame around it. Now, the problem is filament will not fit in between all these trays, even if I make them bigger. So there's two ways that you can go by this. I'll take these all out here. Show you inside. So that's inside the unit. And you can see it has this nice little rim around it. Fairly simple. Turkey tastes like PLA. With orange flavor. Orange flavor PLA. Yum. I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way here so I'm not pressing on it. I can put this down here. And I'm going to do an angle shot here, so bear with me. Oh, there you go. I had this camera set up last time that I would just do it off my heart. There we go. Sorry about that. So here's the actual dish itself. So on it, you got your power control right there. Your on and off switch. On, off. Temperature gauge, so you can gauge it for the right temperature depending on how much PLA you have on a roll. Yeah, you'd also have to measure your PLA to figure out how much you have on the roll. I got an idea. I'm about 50%. I'm going to say 500 kilos. Each of these have an interesting way that they can stack on. You can actually stack them flat. So they're on top of each other. But with a little bit of a twist here. There's these little ends here that can allow it to stand up higher. And that's if you're doing thicker pieces of jerky. So high, small, up high, low. But as you notice, this is not big enough for just doing this alone. You'd have to actually go inside and cut with your snips around this area to take these centers out if you're going to use just these trays for doing filament. If you're not going to use the trays for anything else, then yeah, I say go ahead, snip away. But if you're like me and don't want to destroy them, I found a cake carrier that will fit this and work on top of this. So you could actually dry your filament and then you can put these back on to do your PLA. Well, sorry, you can do your PLA, then you can cook your jerky. You can't do both at the same time. Yeah, Dremel tool to the rescue, exactly. Now there is one out at Aldi. I think it's like $30. Mine cost me $69. You gotta remember, I'm in Canada, so it's a little bit more expensive for me. And these other options are like, I think one's for fruit, which I think this one is for. And I think this one's used for something else. I can't remember exactly what it's used on. But if you have a Aldi nearby, you might want to have a look at Aldi, see if they still have those. See if they still have them. Because if you've ever printed with wet filament, it is nasty stuff. It just bubbles, it pops, it doesn't even print properly. I've seen it bubble, and not be able to form a print or hold a print in place. So if you're looking for a way to, take your filament and dry it out, or if you got filament that's not working right and you're just going, ugh. Sorry. Something got stuck to my filter there. And you want to be able to dry out your filament, this is a great way. Now I'm going to be doing another video more in depth of what PLA I'm drying out. And then I'm going to do a video of me testing the PLA. And that's going to be a whole video. Now, most PLA, it takes about 1 day for it to dry out. So, you got to be patient. Don't be wanting to print right away. Like, you can even throw it in your oven for, I think is a low heat for, I think, an hour, 2 hours. But, yeah, I know, the roll of filament is less expensive than the dehydrator. But, here's something to think about. I have 3 rolls of filament that need to be dried out. That equals that's more than the dehydrator is. And they're all fairly half decent spools still. It's just because my basement is really wet right now. I'm sitting at a basement temperature of... And with that, he put his temperature gauge somewhere in this room, which was visible 10 minutes ago. Before he clicked play. Well, at least it was visible. Ah, there it is. I'm dealing with a room that's at 19 degrees Celsius at 40% humidity. Yeah. I got 3 rolls of filament that I do need to dry out, and I don't want to be going out and spending $40 on a roll of filament. Thank you very much. Or $20 on a roll of filament. Even give it better contacts. But yeah, so I want to make this video so you guys can understand why I bought one. This is great for anyone. I mean, how would you like to spend, just put it this way, okay? You buy a nice roll of filament, okay? Say you buy the Alchemy gold. That stuff is beautiful gold. It looks like pure gold. Then all of a sudden, you left it out by accident. You were doing a long print. You're tired or whatever it was. You just left it out, and it got wet. And then it just came out like junk. You hear the pop, 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 the fizz, fizz, fizz. That is water being dissolved out of the filament. And then you look at your print, and your print has all these holes in it, and it looks like junk. Well, you're going to throw out the filament and buy a new one. But what if this happens? Well, right there, you just spent $30 to $40 to have some filament sent to your house, and probably it got wet, and shipping. Well, adds up after a while. This was from Amazon. I got mine for $59 because I'm in Canada, so keep that in mind. I've seen these selling for $30 on it. I think I saw this for $40 on Amazon. But anyways, and my method, not only am I going to be able to dry out my filament, but afterwards I can make beef jerky. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do it, and maybe I'll bring some beef jerky to Earth. So if anyone's going to Earth, I'll have free food. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I understand where you guys are coming from filament wise, but at the same time, it's not. This is going to pay off in the long run. That's the way I look at it, because I've already had 3 rolls of filament get wrecked because of the humidity in my basement. Wintertime, I swear this basement is so dry, it's unreal. But the summer, I've been told we're going to have humid summers this year. Already I was outside, and it's already saying it's only 24 degrees outside. Well, the humidex is 72. Sorry, not 72. Sorry, the humidity is at 72% outside. And if I open up a window or anything like that, whoa, it's going to get wet in here fast. But just I would let you guys know, what I'm doing, and, constant problems. I think you're on the right solution. Yeah, it's a constant problem thing. Hey, NJ Printing. So, yeah, I just did unboxing of my filament dryer, which is actually a food dehydrator. And like I said, a video that's going to be coming out soon is going to show me modifying this thing and getting it all set up. But I was telling Apocalypse, if you live in, say, a humid environment, this might be the best thing for you to dry out your filament when it gets wet. Anything that's not in the house is totally soaked. I may need to get one of those. Yeah, well, I don't think you can dry out everything. But the dehumidifier is not a bad investment, especially when you got stuff that you want to, preserve, like filament, and you need to dry it out. This is like the best thing for it. After it prints, though, don't worry about it. After it prints, it's good. But before it prints, it can get wet, and then it goes to funny. Give you an idea. This is a CR10 cat, fully printed. It ain't gonna break. But I got filament that I printed in orange, and it just breaks apart when I touch it. So it's just wetness in the filament. I know that's for a fact. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Sorry, it's now everybody's starting to come in. Hi, David. Hey, Derek Matthews. Thanks for coming on. So everybody's starting to come in, and hey, Derek, at least you get to see me live for once, eh? So thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. I was only going to make this video short, but since everybody's coming in, I'll go over it one more time. Derek's in the UK, so all to him. I got myself one of these babies. You might want to invest in it yourself. Food dehydrator. Food dehydrators are great for drying out filament. And this one cost me $50. Granted, it's more expensive than filament, but it's for the long run because I got tons of filament that gets wet. And if I got wet filament, it prints like bubble. It prints like caca poo poo. It's the best way I guess I can use it. And I don't like that. I like my filament to be nice and dry and, print properly. So I myself the food dehydrator here, and I have another piece of equipment coming in, a cake carrier. I'm going to tell you how I modify a cake carrier to work with my filament dryer. And I know a lot of people talk about drying out their filament, but no one ever shows it after it's dry and then prints with it. So what I may do is I may print one that's wet, one that's dry, and let you guys have a look at it. Just to show you guys, this is wet, and just pick it up in my hand and show you the imperfections, and who knows, maybe I can go like this and break it. Just saying. I can do that with wet filament. And I got 2 rolls that are wet already. And I got a 3rd roll I think that's wet, which is my PLA plus black from the Eason. I think it got wet. No, it is what it is. Yeah. So, if you're looking for a way to dry out your filament, filament dryer is the best way to go. I'm going to be looking at, like I said, I'm going to be making a list. I'm going to be telling you guys how to, where to look up this information for filament drying times and using a food dehydrator. And I'll post links and everything else to it. So, let me just get rid of a little bit of house duty. If you are liking the content I am producing, sorry about that. If you like the content I am producing, please hit that like button. If you have a issue, if you have a question, leave it as a comment. But also, I would like to if you guys want to donate to the channel, we have the way to donate is to go through Streamlabs. So streamlabs.com/Canadian Maker Project, which is down at the bottom there. You can click on that and you can leave a donation if you wish. It helps the channel a lot, honestly, because, well, this channel doesn't have ads on it yet. The day I can do ads will be the day I will flush every video with ads. I'm just kidding. Not every video will have ads, but the majority will, and not that. And trust me, I'm going to be very careful on the type of ads I put on my channel. But if you also want to help the channel, you can also spread the word. If you know others that are into 3D making, let them know about the channel and tell them to come check us out. So anyways, everybody, thank you once again for watching. And till next time, keep printing.